Good morning to one and all. Myself Suguna Sen. Now I am discussing session 35 of organizational behavior and the topic group size and group status. Let us discuss first the meaning and the concepts related to group size. In the last sessions we have discussed the meaning, definition of the group, and what are the nature or the features of the groups, and what are the types of the groups, and even we have discussed what are the stages for the group development, or it is also known as a group life cycle. So here we are discussing the size of a group. Size here nothing but number of members who are going to join or who are going to exist in a group. The size of a group which has the main effects on the performance or the overall performance are the behavior of the group itself. So usually in the organization we say the organizational groups are the task groups, what we can call it as, it should be like a minimum number should be exist. It should not be two larger groups, because each of the group has its own advantage and even disadvantage. If the groups are in small, that is minimum 2, it has to be there, number of members to frame the group, minimum 2 to maximum 7. So it is called small group. If it is a more than 7 and up to 15 members, it is called a larger group. So here the completing of a task, the targets, so smaller groups can reach fastly or can reach in the right time. So we can say that. So but in the larger groups there will be a lot of time consuming process for their decision making and other for the purpose of further processing and all. It takes a huge time to complete the task. So if the group is encouraged in problem solving, larger groups are perfect to small compared to a small group. So here depends on the number of size. We can say it is a small group or a medium or the larger group. But in the small group there will be lesser members, and they will interact usually, and they'll going to solve their individual and the team related or the professional related problems. And even if it is a larger groups also, there will be a lot of members or the individuals who are involved, and there will be a larger time will be consumed for the decision and the further processings. So here they are going to solve their informal problems rather than focusing on the organizational or the team or task or the performances. So if the goal of hand, a smaller group is better in achieving the productivity. So we can say, so small groups can achieve the productivity, nothing but the output or the result of that group will be, outcome will be very effective and efficient manner compared to larger groups. So this is a different explanation related to group size. And the size of the group should be determined by taking into consideration such a factor, that is the nature of the tasks to be performed and what are the maturity level of the group members also. So here we are going to frame the size, or we are going to decide what will be a number of members in an individual team or the group. So it depends on the nature of the task or the project, or we can call it as assignment we are going to allow to that particular group. If it is high risky project or the project which consisting of longer period of time, there will be a larger groups to be recommended. So if it is a project or the task which needs a lesser duration for the completion, and the members of that group will have a higher competency, or they highly skilled in the sense, so they can, with a minimum number of members only, they can reach the targets or the group task in a right time or within a short span of time. So the ability of a group leader, so it is challenging here to manage the communication or conflicts or the misunderstandings which arises among the members of that particular groups. Either it may be a small group or a larger group. And he has to see that the group leader or team leader, he has to coordinate all those tasks and make that group activities to be flow in a direct directed way or the in a common or a perfect way. It should not dilute from the task or the performances or the group activities of that particular group existence. So here we can say that the groups with a less than 5 members, which results in a small group, we can say it as a 7 members also. It depends mainly on the nature of the task of that particular group. So and here there is another group, that is if it is a more than 7 members, or up to 15 members, so it results in a larger group. So we are going to see here, if it is a smaller group, what will be the further activities which happens in that particular group, and if it is a larger group, how the group activities will be collaborated here. So first we'll discuss with a small group the group members which has less than 5 members. So there will be fewer members, we can say by counting, that is 5. So people, they will going to share the task responsibilities easily. This is a main advantage of a small group. Are there a minimum number of size in that particular group? So we can easily allocate the responsibilities and the duties among the identified members in that particular group. So when it comes to larger groups, there will be a fewer opportunities to participate by the individuals in that particular group. Why? Because there will be a lot of members, but the responsibilities we can assign to only a few of the participants or the members in that particular group. So that dilutes the responsibilities and it demotivates the other members in the group also. So next one we'll see a more personal discussions, that we can call it as even informal form of communication which happens in a smaller groups. And even here with the more members, inhabitations of like personal thoughts or the personal sharings will be happen. Like even here also there will be formal and informal communication which exists. But here the individual, the fewer participants, they will take their personal ideas or the thoughts for further existence. They will not, few of them, they will not concentrate on the group task or the group activities itself. So here it comes to next point in the small group. So there will be more complete participation by the participants which happens, and here we can expect the higher productivity and we can reach the goals with highly assigned responsibilities in timely at the right timely. And when it comes to larger groups, denomination by aggressive members, there will be a larger members and there will be a lot of like anxieties or aggressiveness will be happened among the opinions of the other individual members also, and which leads to split into subgroups. 2 or more 3 members, they group together and they will make their subgroups. So it dilute the overall group activities and overall the existence of that particular, that is purpose of that particular group itself. So these are the fewer reactions are the representatives of a small group and the larger groups. So this is about what till now what we discussed about the group size. So which mainly talks about the number of members who are going to be joined to frame the group. And here the organization has to decide what should be the limited number of members to be involved in that particular group for the effective performances by every individual members in that particular group. Now we are going to discuss with another concept of this session, that is group status. Status which nothing but the respect, the individual dignity should be maintained by every individual in a particular group. So group status means a socially defined position or a rank given to groups or group members by others. It is called a group status. Here we are not talking about the individual dignity or individual position or the respect. Here we are seeing that overall what is the group status or the group dignity they have maintained. It is possible only by the individual from all of the individuals in that particular group members. So here So others, other groups or the other individuals, if they want to be respect that group, so that group maturity level or the behavior or the performance of that group should be a reference group. It should be like a reference group. So it has to be followed and influenced by the other members of the other groups also by seeing or by comparing these groups. So reference, we can easily say that reference groups will have they have maintained the high status in the organization as a group status. So here the group members get high status or a low status, even we can say, in the group based on their authority and the performance. So nobody will give you respect unless and until you have achieved, you have showed your competitiveness or the different or uniqueness. So how you, what positive things you have done, what are the achievement you have made. Based on that, others will give you a respect, or they're going to identify in a, they're going to recognize in a different manner compared to other members. So here the group members have to get this status. A group status means their performance, their authority, or their duties, how they're going to perform, how they're going to behave, it is mean influences. So either it may be a low status of a group or a high status of a group, which is mainly based on the authorities and the performances of all the group members in a particular group. And high status members of the group have more freedom to deviate from the norms of the group. So here it is not, we can say that directly they can deviate, or they can neglect the rules or the norms nothing but rules and regulations of that particular groups to be followed. They can't deviate, but they have the freedom or a liberty, so that it known that they have matured well, they are behaving in a well manner, that they are doing in a correct or the direct directions. So that is the meaning here. So they can deviate in the sense they are behaving, or they are going, or they are going towards an expected directions. So next, this facility enables them to have a discriminatory powers in decision making. So we were talking about the high status groups. They can deviate, or they can have the liberty. We can say that liberty or the freedom in the deviation of some of the rules of the group. So first point. Secondly, even they can have discriminatory powers in decision making. Nothing but they have high influencing power for the decision making in the organization, or especially in the groups. We can say that in that particular group they have the high influence for the decision making. Their decisions will be given higher priority or higher importance. And now we are going to talk with the low status groups. So here low status members of the group should not have freedom to deviate from the other norms of the groups of the organization, and it leads to status inequality also. So if it is, when we can say it is a low status group, means if they are not behaving and not performing in a proper way, in a directed way, we can say that their achievements is not achieved in timely, their behaviors are not expected, it will be like going in a not directed way. So then that group has the low status group. So then there will be a low freedom for any rules. So they don't have even freedom. They have to strictly follow the norms, group norms of that particular group. They can't deviate from any norms or the rules of the particular group. They feel that by doing this no freedom, they feel it is like a status inequality. So this is happened inequality. This has happened because of all the members of that particular group, or we can say most of the members of that particular group. If they're not behaving in a proper way, they are not achieving, they are not concentrating on the task, or they are not focusing on the activities of the group, which leads to low status, and this leads to inequality, are by forcingly we have to make them to follow the group norms and have to go with a higher increasing order of their performances. And status seems to be something we can't escape. So no matter what the economic approach, we always seem to have the classes of people. So we can't say that we can escape from this status, like a respect or a dignity or the rank or the position. So based on our performance, the status will be defined. So if you are performing well, you are in a higher status, that is higher position, and the higher recognition will be given to you as individually and even as a group also. So if it is your performance and the behavior is in not expected way, so it is a low, we can say it, so then you will have definitely low status. You can't escape from the status of yours individual and even the group. Even the smallest of the groups will be judged by other small groups. Opinion will be made, reputation will be earned, and the status will be assigned. So even the recognition, nothing but the reputation. So even small, either it may be a small group or a larger group. For obtaining a status, there is no discrimination as a small as a or as a larger group. It depends on how well you are doing with your group activities for the achievement, or you are going towards the achievement of the common end at all. So it depends on your performances, not on the size of the group. So if you are performing well even in a small group or even in a larger group, your reputation will be there. And these are the some of the components which we can say that we are going to follow for the status of the organization, are the some of the group status components are the events which you are going to organize. That will be a ceremonies of transfer and the retirements. So here even it says that how well you are maintained that status level in that particular group. You are going to arrange all these informal and the formal functions at the programs for the ceremonies also of any individual member of your particular groups. And there will be allocation of these symbols such as the nameplates and emblems like that. So we'll have the recognition of the reputation as individually also. And what are the your salary related or your monetary benefits will be withheld with a company or the organization, that has to be distributed, and other prerequisites and privileges like benefits or incentives which are held with the company, it has to be go with the delegation. All these are the some of the components of a status of a particular organization which is going to maintain for having the group status in the organization. So this is about the group size and the group status. So come to a revision part of group sizes and the group status. We have discussed the size will not matter for the performances of the group or the functions of the group. It depends on how well the individuals are realized themselves and they are realized with a group intention or the purpose of being a member in that particular group. Either it may be a smaller group or a larger group. So it is completely how well the responsibilities and the duties will be undertaken by that particular group, which leads to the group status. So if it is a smaller group, there will be a lot of communications, informal communications or personal discussions which happens, and they will be easily, they can share the task responsibilities and the duties are authorities, and there will be complete participation by every individual members. There will be individual identity and the reputation will be maintained by, is possibly maintained by in a smaller group. When it comes to larger groups, there will be a lot of foregoing of opportunities, means missing of opportunities, missed out of opportunities to fewer members of the organization, mainly because there will be number of members will be larger. And So there will be like aggressive members, and there will be a lot of misconceptions and misunderstandings which happens in the larger groups. And we can say that there will be a lot of splits among the members of that particular group. They will become a subgroups. Even in an individual group, they're going to frame another subgroup. It is called subgroups. So like that, they're going to have a lot of like a time consuming process for any action or the decision. So these are the main drawbacks. Even we can say the drawbacks of a larger groups. So as I said, the status is defined mainly based on the behavior and the performances are the efforts put by the individual member in a group, either in a small or in a larger group. So this is about the group discussion about the group size and the group status. Thank you, Ananda.